It is time for another daily YouTube live stream. I'm Zach. Welcome back. Let's play some games. It is Friday night, and we are back playing Minecraft, working on my mega build. Welcome everybody to the stream. I hope you've had a great week and you're ready for the weekend. I am having a good day as always, and I'm looking forward to playing some Minecraft. Oh, look at the little phrase of the day. It's in some foreign language. What do you think this is? Is this Japanese or some other language? I'm not sure. That looks like an exclamation point. You know, maybe this is a Minecraft language. Maybe this isn't any kind of language. That's interesting. Anyway, let's jump in the game. V5 is in chat, saying, hi all. He says, I got the audio and video from the camera into OBS. It looks like kanji. Well, cool. Well, it's good to know you got it working. That's kind of impressive, V5, that you got it all working so fast. But good for you, man. All right, so we're working on this mega base. This is a massive project. This is going to take us a while to work on. So just preparing you guys. I mean, this is going to be like multiple streams. Well, I'll just show you. I will just show you. If I go to my placements here, material list, show layers, progress done. I think that this shows how many items I have. So I have like 77% of the items. So I still have like a quarter of the items I don't even have yet. I've been gathering items for like 2 weeks. I've been gathering items. I don't have all the items still. So we got to gather the items. We got to start building the thing. It's a lot of work. So, but that's what this game's all about. Just, working on your projects. Just you do it little bit, and then suddenly you have a massive base that you can run around and play in. V5 says, I still need to figure out the splash screens in OBS. What do you mean by splash screens? You mean like the different screens? Like my logo screen? Yeah, there's so much that you can do with OBS. Greg is in chat saying howdy. Hey, Greg. V5 says, like the slide-like screens where nothing moves. Like starting in 5 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, those are pretty easy to set up. You can also do like, fancy stuff like animations and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I don't even get into all the fancy stuff you can do with it. I try to keep it simple because, I feel people are mostly just here to watch me play games. So let's start playing the game. Oh, you know what? Let me start out by showing you guys this. Oh, I think it's starting to get nighttime. Well, let me show you. I have some new horses. Look at these guys. They are skeleton horses. I have 3 of them, and these are super rare. These are extremely rare, and I was gathering materials for my list that I just showed you guys after the stream last week. Actually, I stayed on. I was gathering a few more materials, and there was a thunderstorm, and the thunderstorm hit. And if you're in a thunderstorm and a lightning bolt strikes a horse, it will turn into a skeleton horse like this, and it'll actually turn into 4 skeleton horses with skeletons riding them, shooting at you. And like, I'm just standing there, and this happened right in front of me, and I freaked out. And I managed to kill all the skeletons, and that means that you can take the horses. So I got these horses. I killed one of the skeleton horses because there were 4, and I killed one, so now there's only 3. But still, like, this is really cool. These are so rare. I mean, that's literally how you get them, is you have to have a lightning bolt strike a horse during a storm. And you get a skeleton horse. So I'm so excited about these guys. I don't have anywhere to put them. I put them right here for right now. But yeah, let me show you guys what they do. V5 says they're the Thestrals from Harry Potter. Oh, is that what they look like? I'm not the biggest Harry Potter expert, so I don't even remember what the Thestrals are. I've seen the movies, of course, but I don't really remember. Okay, so this is what you do with them. I mean, you could just ride them around like a regular horse. See, I'm just on it like a regular horse. They're not like any faster or anything. It seems like it's just a pretty average horse. Doesn't go any faster or anything like that. Let's come up here to my farmhouse. The one thing that you can do with skeleton horses, and I haven't actually tried this before, is you can actually ride on them in the water. So normally when you take a horse in water, it does that whole it just kind of like stands in water and bounces around. But these you can actually ride in the water. I gotta get down here. Oh, I got off. Okay, so does he sink? Yeah, he's like sinking. So normally the horses will like float to the surface. And I'm not sure how useful this is though. Oh. See, I can just like ride around like this. And I guess they won't drown ever, because I guess they're already dead. So, yeah, I don't know how that's ever useful. Like, what would that be? Oh gosh, there's a drowned. Oh gosh, I gotta get off of here. Whew. Okay, why would that ever be useful? I'm not sure. He also does not have a whole lot of health. You can see the little hearts above my chicken here. Those hearts right above my cursor, those are the horse's health. So he actually doesn't have that much health, which means he can die very easily. Almost up. Here we go. And we're back up here. And I think, you know what? I think I'm going to keep them here. So I put these here for horses. Let me just grab him and attach him to there. Okay, so I'm going to keep this guy here for right now. And I think I'm going to move the other guys. Yeah, let's move the other guys up here too, because I can put some over here as well. Until I can build like a horse stable, I'll keep them up here. V5 says they all float down here. What is dead may never die, but what rises again, harder and stronger. Greg says you need to build a paddock. That's a good idea. Yeah, I should build like a full-on like horse stable area. But I don't have time right now. But I will eventually. We will do that eventually. Right now, I think I'm just going to grab them and put them outside that house there. Because I don't want them over here. They're just like cluttering up my area over here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this guy behind me. Just got to make sure I don't lose him. Come on, buddy. He's just going to follow me up here. We're going to go this way. Oop, oop. Is he following? Yep. Oh, it's hard to do this. All right, here we go. Okay, tie him up. We'll tie this guy up. Oh, why will this guy not tie up? Oh, that was weird. Little glitchiness there, but I think it's all straightened out. So I have 3 skeleton horses. Again, super rare, and I'm so proud of them. But I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Liam's in chat. Hey, Liam, what's up? He says, I'm watching The Diplomat on Netflix. Oh, I'm actually, I think that looks like a good show. I mean, I don't have Netflix, so I'll never be able to watch it. But I have seen like ads for it, and it looks really good. I do like that actress, Carrie Russell, I think is her name. I think she's really good. So, yeah, I wish it's one of the few times I've wished I had Netflix, because that's a show I would watch. Is it good? I do have to say, I watched the finale of Picard last night, and I can't say anything about it without giving away spoilers. Like, the whole episode was like twists and turns, and there were so many surprise endings. There's literally nothing I can say without spoiling anything, so I'm just not going to say anything at all. Other than, it was amazing. It was so good. It was everything I wanted it to be and more. And it was so surprising. I did not know how it was going to end. I was so worried, but yeah, it was amazing. And that's all I can say. Oh. Yeah, and yeah. That's all I can say. I can't say anything else. Anything I would say would give spoilers, so I can't talk about it. But yeah, I really, really liked it. I also like the fact, I mean, after I watched it, I was so energized. And that's one of the things I really love about Star Trek in general. Like, I feel like there's very few shows that are always so, like, positive about the future of humanity. You know, that's always been Star Trek's thing, is to provide this, like, you know, there's so many sci-fi shows are very dystopian and show, like, this horrible future for humanity. But Star Trek is always just this really positive future of what humanity could become. And, like, the best, it shows, like, the best of us, you know? Like, what, and so, like, I don't know. Maybe this is just me, but when I come away from watching a really good Star Trek episode, I get so energized about, like, yeah, you know, humanity's awesome. And yeah, I want to be that awesome too. And the future looks so bright. And yeah, I got that whole, like, vibe from watching it. And I thought it was great. Captain Irish is in chat. Hey, man, how's it going? Liam says, get Netflix, stop being so cheap. Liam, that is never going to happen. I'm always going to be this cheap. B5 says, first I have heard of The Diplomat. Liam says, I watched all 8 episodes in 2 days. I love the wrap-up and possible spin-off. Captain says, the best of us is so far away. V5 says, Star Trek is actually extremely dystopian. Almost everyone has to be in the military. That's not true, V5. I don't know if you understand the Star Trek universe very well, because I know a lot about it. Like, a lot. But, like, not everybody has to be in Starfleet. Starfleet is just, like you said, Starfleet is just the military. And so it's like, there's the whole community on Earth that's just doing their Earth stuff. you know, like running restaurants, running resorts, whatever people on Earth do. They're not in Starfleet. Starfleet has nothing to do with the government of Earth. But Starfleet is its own, you know, military unit or whatever. Now, there have been episodes that talk about how, you know, there are people who are not happy with Starfleet's control over the quadrant, and they see it as like there's no alternative, and what Starfleet says goes. Um, but, you know, that's why they have diplomacy and diplomatic missions and all that stuff. And I gotta say, you know, I'm not saying everything in Star Trek is perfect. Like the whole thing in Star Trek where there is no money anymore unless you're a Ferengi, and the Ferengi are like evil business people. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the notion that we should get rid of money. Like that is like crazy nonsense. We need money. Money is like very useful to making decisions in your life. Like a civilization without money is just silliness. It's a pipe dream. So I don't agree with that whole thing. I don't agree with everything in Star Trek, but you know, overall, it is like a very positive. It's a very positive story about where we could go in humanity. V5 says, name someone not in Starfleet. Well, I mean, obviously the storyline follows Starfleet, so all the characters are in Starfleet. That's just the story. Liam said, yeah, Liam agrees with me. Not everyone is in Starfleet. Liam says, what about the Guinan Whoopi character? Oh, that's true. She's not in Starfleet. She just works on the ship. Captain says, that's just the center of Star Trek. I was a Buffy fan. I never really watched Buffy. I didn't understand the story. Why was she so, like, I understand the thing, like, she slayed vampires, right? Why was she so angry about the vampires? I haven't watched that many vampire movies, but, I mean, I watched Twilight. The vampires didn't seem that bad. So why was Buffy so angry at vampires all the time? I think maybe she had an anger issue or something. V5 says Deep Space Nine had people not in Starfleet. Oh, well, Deep Space Nine is interesting because, you know, Deep Space Nine was above that planet Bajor, and I believe Bajor was not even in the Federation of Planets. I think that was like part of the storyline, wasn't it? I don't remember it that well. V5 says, the main line, I bet you can't name anyone not in Starfleet other than the Crystalline Entity or Tin Man. Liam said, or Q. Liam says, Deep Space Nine was a Cardassian space station. Captain Irish says, Buffy slayed my heart. The vampires in Buffy were evil, LOL. Liam says, I named someone already, Bajor or Kardashian. Okay, you know, one of the first things I want to get is we need more terracotta, and we need a lot of terracotta. If we go into my list here, we'll go into my material list. Terracotta. So here, we need white terracotta, and we need like 10 stacks. 10 stacks. We also need this gray terracotta. How do you make gray terracotta? Let's make the gray terracotta first, because I might have the stuff to do that here. Gray terracotta. Brown, light gray. Ooh. Gray. And maybe you make it out of this. Let's see. Let's go up to my cooking station up top here. V5 says, Buffy was a predestined destiny. She has no choice. She has been chosen. That's interesting. I didn't know they got into that in Buffy. So they were talking about predestination versus fate? Was that part of the storyline? That's pretty interesting. Because those are kind of, advanced philosophical topics. Oh, shoot. No, that's the wrong one. This is the wrong kind of material. We don't need that. Light gray. So what's gray terracotta? Hold on. We got to find what makes gray terracotta. Liam says, Zach, I don't think you would be spoiling anything because if they're true fans of Star Trek, they would have already watched it. Yeah, no, it's... But sometimes people watch my streams after the fact. So, yeah. What if someone watches this after the fact and they still haven't seen it? I don't know. I don't want to do any spoilers on here. Especially not for a show I care so much about. Okay, that's light gray dye. I'm thinking maybe I can dye it. Let's take some of my black dye. Black dye here. If I combine black dye and white dye, I make gray dye. And then can I take terracotta? So this is light gray terracotta, orange terracotta. Here's regular terracotta. Take regular terracotta and gray dye. Nope, that's not how you do it. Do I have to do it in the crafting table? Gray dye, terracotta. Gray oh, I bet this is how you do it. Oh, I'm not even going to have enough to do this. But let's just double check to make sure this is the right material I need, because I can get some more of this. V5 says, no, he hasn't seen it yet. He's going to watch some videos on dollar snapping or dollar unit sampling. Okay, so we're checking to see if this gray terracotta will turn into glazed gray terracotta. That's what I need. Yes, that is the right block I need. Gray glazed terracotta. So I'm just going to let those cook, but this is what we need to find. Gray terracotta. Interesting. So we need that. We need gray terracotta and white terracotta. Yeah, so there's a bunch of people in chat. I see what you guys are saying. There's a bunch of people in chat who are thinking they might watch it and haven't watched it yet. So I'm not going to give any spoilers for anyone. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. I don't need that. I don't need this. See, I have some white terracotta, but we need like 10 stacks of this. So I'm going to just put one there. Okay, so this is what we need. We need this and this. We don't need this. Okay, I got these shulker boxes everywhere, but that's okay. I'm going to put even some more of them down. So in case I die, I don't want to be holding all this stuff. I will grab an empty shulker box to have on me. I am going to grab my magic compass that always points back to my base so I don't get lost, like I always do. I have fireworks, but not a whole lot. We should get some more fireworks. Get another stack. Put that back. Right, how does my elytra look? Oh, it's good. is good. My pants need to be mended a little bit, but everything else looks pretty good. All right, so we're off to get some more terracotta. We've gone on this trip a number of times. It's off to the Badlands. Okay, got a bed? Yep, got a bed. Perfect. So it's off in this direction. And we'll just run into it eventually. Badlands is where you always go to get the terracotta. V5 says, spoilers do not affect my enjoyment of a thing. I know who won the English Civil War. V5 says, I know who won the English Civil War, but it's still fun to read about it sometimes. Liam says, well, we have to wait until June 15th for Strange New Worlds. I wish they do like Netflix and just put the whole season on there since it's only streaming a portion of Paramount Plus. Yeah, I think so too. Because it's just a streaming thing. They should just put the whole thing on there. Because that's what I want. I like binging it all. Binge watching all of it. All at once. I was happy to see, I read in a newspaper article that said that the Picard series had like really good ratings. Like the best ratings they had ever gotten for one of their streaming shows. So that's always good to see. You know, it's a show that you really like. Has been like their most successful streaming show to date. That's really cool. Let's get the bed ready because we have to sleep right away. Oh, there's enemies everywhere. Shoot, this is not going to end well. This was a mistake. They're all coming for me. They're all coming for me. Run. Oh, okay. We're okay. We are okay. Stay away from these guys. V5 says, Strange New Worlds of Gods and Monsters. Liam says, there's no gods and monsters. Oh, gosh. Now we have creepers everywhere. Yeah, that's a bad thing about not sleeping or getting a little bit of nighttime, because the creepers will all spawn at night, and then the daytime will come, and the creepers will all still be around. So all these guys will be here. Let me see if I have my bow. I do have my bow. You know, we're going to take these creepers out, because otherwise they'll just be here. What? How did that not hit? Did you see that? I shot two things that did not hit. I think there's some glitchiness going on in my game today. Worked out well for me, I think. Okay, I think that this is the gray terracotta that we're looking for. This like dark brown looking stuff up here. Let's go up here. I think this is it. Or maybe this is something else. Brown terracotta. No, it's not what we need. Brown terracotta. We need gray terracotta. I don't even see gray terracotta. What? Does this not naturally form here? Okay, that's the gray. This is the brown. It looks exactly the same. What if it doesn't generate? That is wild. So I'm going to have to make this manually. I thought all the colors generated, but I don't see gray terracotta anywhere. Maybe we'll find it somewhere else. What is this? this is regular terracotta. Okay, so we're going to grab a bunch of this because we can turn this into any of the other colors. So let's grab a whole bunch of this. This is kind of like the base color. Yeah, so I have to take this and turn it into gray terracotta and then cook it to turn it to the glazed gray terracotta. And this is what I'm going to use to make my swimming pool with. We talked about doing a swimming pool a while ago. I'm actually going to build one, and I want to use gray terracotta for it because I think it'll look really nice. You guys are talking about the Star Trek phrase that they start all their episodes on, to boldly go where no man has gone before. So are you guys excited to start your weekend? To be honest, I am a little bit bummed. It was kind of a sad day for me today, because I did a video on my business channel 3 weeks ago on this guy who I think is being imprisoned improperly. He's being wrongfully imprisoned. His name is Miles Guo. And, you know, if you're interested in his story, I'm not going to get into it. You can go watch my business video. It's like 30 minutes long. I go into the whole thing and why I think he's being wrongfully imprisoned. He hasn't even had a trial yet. And the government in New York is just keeping him holding him in prison. He hasn't had his trial yet. Anyway, the whole thing is very suspicious. Anyway, today, the judge came out and made the decision of whether to allow him out on bail or not, pending trial. And the judge made the decision to hold him in prison for the rest of the trial. So he hasn't even had a trial yet to determine whether he's guilty or not. He's being held for doing accounting crimes. And they're holding him in prison. He's going to be in prison for probably 2 years before this trial is over. So he's going to be in prison 2 years before he's even sentenced. The whole thing is ridiculous for an accounting crime. I just think this is such a miscarriage of justice. It's very crazy, because the whole point of not letting people out on bail is, if you have a serial killer or something and you arrest him, you want to hold a serial killer in prison pending trial so that he doesn't go out and keep killing people before you have a chance to sentence him. That's a reason why you would hold someone in prison without trial. Accounting crimes, it's pretty common. You arrest them and then you let them out on bail. And then you have the trial, and then you either convict them or they get off. This guy, they're holding him in prison for the whole trial. They're not letting him out. It's just crazy to me. And it's really weird when you think that Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX is out on bail. Bernie Madoff, the biggest fraudster of all time, he was out on bail before his trial. He wasn't held in prison. All of these major accounting frauds, they were never held in prison without bail. It's so wild. Why is this guy being held without bail? It stinks of corruption. They don't want him out because they don't want him to say what he's going to say about government corruption. That's why they're holding him in prison. And it makes me so, I found it shocking. I really did not think that they would hold him without bail. I thought they would let him out because it's just so Ridiculous. Oh, on top of that, I don't know if you guys heard the news story, but they just arrested a ring of spies for the CCP that was operating out of secret Chinese police stations in New York. They raided this Chinese police station. They arrested like 10 people or something, running a Chinese spy ring in New York. The two ringleaders of this Chinese spy ring, they let out on bail. What? Chinese spies get to go out on bail, but this guy, who they're holding on an accounting charge, they're holding in prison. It's crazy. So anyway, I'm kind of bummed about the whole thing if you can't tell. I'm a little bit upset. All right, here's some white terracotta here, which we need. But I'm going to see if I can find an easier bit to mine, because this is kind of hard to reach. That's the white terracotta. V5 says Zach was wrong. I was wrong. I thought for sure they were going to let him out on bail. I'm kind of shocked they didn't. Greg says no bail was set. None. They said we're just holding him. Liam says actually they start the show with the captain's log. Oh. V5 says at least the Chinese government cannot get him as easily while he's in jail. Greg says flight risk. Yeah, that's what they said, is that they think he has secret pots of money hidden around that he's going to use to flee the country. But where is this guy going to go? China wants him dead. He's a freedom fighter who rails against the Chinese Communist Party. If he goes anywhere else in the world, China's going to find him and kill him. So the United States is the only place he can live basically anymore. So I don't know. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. But yeah, they said that he's a flight risk, which is why they're going to keep him in prison. I just don't see that, though. Liam says, what about the thousands of people in jail waiting for trial their whole lives? It happens to a lot of poor people, too. And sadly, most are black. Yeah, there's a lot of really unjust stuff that happens in our justice system. And it's becoming more and more apparent. More and more stuff is coming out. All right, there's some white terracotta over here I see that's easier to get to. So let's grab this stuff. Now, I got to say, I love white terracotta. It's one of my favorite blocks in the game. I think it's really great for interiors, which is where we're going to use it. We're going to use it. I'm going to use it for my mega build to do like the interior walls. And it's got this kind of like taupe color to it, this calming cream color that works real. It looks, very what you would have in your house, nice cream tan walls kind of thing. So I really like using this. I use it a lot. That's why we're getting 10 stacks of this thing. Yeah, it's really sad to hear about people who get stuck in prison just waiting for trial. That shouldn't happen to anybody. One of your rights in the Constitution is the right to a speedy trial. And what happens to a lot of poor people is they can't afford to hire a lawyer, and the government just takes advantage of them basically and will just hold them. And they can't hire a lawyer, they can't fight it, and they're just sitting in prison without being charged, without a trial, without anything. It's a real problem, and it shouldn't happen. V5 says the reason to deny bail: fear of flight to avoid prosecution, fear of the accused being harmed by other criminals before the trial can conclude. Greg says he's safe in prison. Do you really think he's safe in prison? after what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, I would not feel safe in prison. I don't think it would be very hard for the Chinese government to pay someone to off him in prison. I mean, I hate to say things like that, but it's. I think after what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, it's kind of hard to argue people are safer in prison. Now, supposedly, okay, I just got to say, the official story is that Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. But, like, no one believes that. No rational person believed that he killed himself. What do you think? Do you guys in chat think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? I mean, I shouldn't just say any rational person doesn't think so, because maybe somebody does. Maybe you guys do think he killed himself. I don't think he killed himself, but... V5 says, all safety is relative, but it's harder to get a prisoner than someone on the street. Liam says, why does China go to find him in Germany, UK, and France, and it's safer in the US? Because I believe, well, I mean, I've never been to those countries, but my understanding is that China has greater influence in those countries than they do in the US. Greater influence to control the outcome of situations like this. Greg says, is there a limit on how much you can carry in this game? Yeah, I'm limited to this inventory space. V5 says it would be extremely hard to get him in Florence by the Chinese. Liam says Epstein did kill himself. Greg says yes, he wouldn't last long in prison. Liam says he was going to go to the well to do and connect. I don't know what that means. What do you mean, Liam? Liam says there's 64 blocks in each stack. Yeah, I can hold I have to have 10 stacks, and there's 64 blocks in each stack. So we're like halfway there to what we need. Liam says, read it again. Okay. He said he was going to out the well to do and connect it. I don't understand what you're saying, Liam. V5 says, even if Epstein did in fact kill himself, it was the responsibility of the prison system to provide for his security, and that would include his mental health problems like suicide. Yeah, that's true. I think, wasn't he on suicide watch? I feel like he was on suicide watch, and they were supposed to be watching him. Where were the guards? And why weren't the guards watching him? It seems very suspicious to me. Also, did you see the photographs of the guy who was in the prison cell with Jeffrey Epstein? Because he was sharing a cell with this guy who was in prison for murder, and it's this like big, muscular, jacked guy. So he's Jeffrey Epstein. He's sharing a cell with this like crazy. I shouldn't say crazy because I don't know. But this guy who's in there for murder, who's obviously this big, thug-looking guy, that's also very suspicious to me. And apparently, that guy got... I don't know how this happened, but he got released during... I think they released a bunch of people during COVID. So the guy who was sharing the cell with Jeffrey Epstein got released, and he ended up, like, killing some other people. Or something like that. I don't know. He got in some other trouble. The whole thing just seems so suspicious. Savani is in chat saying, hey, how's it going? Liam says he thinks they watched him get murdered. Oh, my goodness. V5 says, so no matter how I look at it, it's still the U.S. prison system's fault. He is dead. Liam says Epstein was going to tell about the other people who did the things that are too powerful in the world. Yeah, you know what also is very strange about the whole thing is that his conspirator, that the Ghislaine Maxwell, that lady, so she got convicted of running the sex trafficking scheme with Epstein. But no one else has been convicted. Isn't that weird? I don't see, this is so strange. I don't understand why nobody talks about this. Like, you never hear about this on the news. You never hear anybody talk about this except maybe Joe Rogan or something. But no one talks about this. I just think it's so strange that the lady is convicted of running sex trafficking, but not a single person gets picked up for actually doing the sex trafficking. Like, how is that even possible that she was convicted of, like, being part of it, but no one actually, I mean, obviously she knows who was involved. Why is nobody in trouble? That makes no sense to me. Okay, I think we almost have enough here. Okay, let's do a check. If I hit my list here, go to schematics, go to material lists, go to terracotta. Boom! We have enough. We are in the green, which means we are good to go. We also have what we need to make the glazed terracotta, which we'll have to make back at our base. But I think we are good. So let me hit escape. Oh, and it's nighttime too. Perfect. Let me go to sleep. That was a successful gathering mission. Okay. Let's head on back. I need to put this in my hand so I can tell which direction we have to go. Okay, so our base is this way. Let's head off in this direction. Good thing I had this, because I was completely turned around. I would have headed off in the other direction. Look at this. We got the whole Badlands in front of us. I should also gather sand while I'm here. I do need a bunch of sand. I'll come back and get sand later. I think I have some sand in my storage area, so we're okay. You know what else I did today? Is I finally broke down and took some allergy medicine. You know how I'm always like sniffling? I have to like blow my nose during the stream. Because like everything is blooming here in Arizona. Everything. And I don't normally have like allergies, but it's just like I was sitting and I was doing some accounting work today, and my nose was just like running all day. And it's like I knew it was like all the stupid trees. We have all these trees that are like flowering. They have these, and they're beautiful. they're beautiful, like, yellow flowers all over these trees. So I knew that was it. So I went to the store, I bought some, like, Claritin, and I popped one. Boom. No more runny nose. It was crazy. So I broke down, but I hate taking any medicine whatsoever. I rarely take anything. So I don't like taking allergy medicine. And honestly, like, when I take the allergy medicine, it makes me feel a little bit on edge. Like, kind of how I used to feel when I used to drink caffeine, how it used to make me feel on edge. Allergy medicine kind of makes me feel the same way too. Like, I get a little antsy. And I get thirsty all the time too. I get really thirsty, which is kind of strange. V5 says the idea of mining terracottas is so strange. It says the blizzard finally broke today here. It's still all snowy, but we stopped getting new snow. See, you guys with the snow, though, you don't have any allergies to deal with. No allergies in the snow. And we're back. Okay, so what else do we have on our list? Well, let's make that gray terracotta stuff. So I need some more of this gray dye, first of all. That's the first thing. And we don't need a whole lot of this. So this shouldn't take too much. Maybe 4 pieces. Oh, well, now we have 5 pieces. That's probably enough, honestly. So we come over here, put 5 pieces there, take our terracotta, we'll loop it around, and that will give us 44 pieces. I'm sure that's enough. I think we only need like 25. Yeah, we only need 25 pieces. And we already have some. We already have 8. B5 says, Zach, are you just thirsty when you take antihistamines? I don't know. I haven't noticed it. I haven't noticed getting thirsty. Now I'm thirsty right now, just talking about it. I haven't noticed it when I take antihistamines before. I just noticed it when I take the allergy medicine. Oh, missed. Shoot. Oh, this fire is still going. Look at that. Okay, gray terracotta. We'll make 22. Then we'll have a little bit of extra left. Oh, no, we don't need 22. Maybe we'll make 11. No, we need more than that. 22. That would make 22, 23, 24, 25. That should make 25. Liam says, do you see that since population in Japan is dropping in one of their cities, they have changed, or they have Chat GPT helping run the city government? What? Really? Chat GPT is now running things? That's wild. Liam says, I get allergies sometimes except in Florida, which I find interesting. Greg is quoting a movie. That movie, yeah, he says it's What's Up, Doc. That is a great movie, Greg. That is one of the greats right there. V5 says the allergy medication is an antihistamine. Liam says, I didn't realize that Elon Musk's rocket exploded. How didn't you realize it exploded? It was all over Twitter today. Yeah, Elon shot off his rocket and it went up successfully, and then like a minute into the flight, it blew up. I don't think they really explained what happened, why it did it. Greg says, boom, baby. I don't think that's what he was saying. Elon Musk was probably not saying that when that happened. He's probably kind of upset. All right, so we've now got our terracotta, which is really great. This was something that was kind of stressing me out because terracotta is kind of a hassle to get. Terracotta. Okay, so we're green. Both of these numbers are green, which means we got all the terracotta. Let me put this stuff away just to clear my inventory again. And we'll see what's next on our list. So we'll put this in there. We'll put our dyes in here. Oh, we got a bunch of sticks, which is nice. You always need sticks in this game. So it's always good to have a little extra sticks. Okay, so we only needed like 10 stacks of this, so I might have another extra stack or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so these we don't really need. So we'll put them in here for safekeeping. Then we'll put this one in there for safekeeping. Boom. So nice, clean inventory. Perfect. Liam says, I was driving today. Oh, so that's why he didn't know about the SpaceX rocket. Liam says, SpaceX is calling it a success. Spin City? Yeah, that's a lot of spin there. When your rocket explodes and you call it a success. B5 says, Claritin is an HI inhibitor. Yeah, I don't know that much about allergy medicine. It just... it seems to work for me, which is great. But I don't have it that much. So, Greg says north, south, east, or west. The crowd watching it even cheered when it blew up. Well, I've watched a lot of rocket launches, and pretty much everything about a rocket launch is cool. Even when it blows up, it's still cool. It's just like everything is cool. If it's successful, it's cool. If it blows up, it's cool. It's rocket launches are just a really cool experience. Okay, so I have to have all these in my inventory to check and see what I still need to gather. So let's pick these guys up. And it sounds like it's raining. Is it raining out here? Well, it's also nighttime. Liam says, maybe Florida has the type of foliage that doesn't affect my allergies. I remember Challenger. Oof. Well, Challenger's a little bit different. I mean, that was just sad. No one was cheering for Challenger. Yeah, Liam says, sad day. Yeah, that was... I don't even want to talk about it. That was so sad. Okay, so here we see all the stuff in red is stuff I still need to get. Oh, let's do bricks. Bricks is interesting. So bricks, we're going to need clay to get bricks. So I need a stack and 15 bricks. Let's see what I got. I have 21 bricks. That's not enough. I have these bricks. That makes these bricks. That's not enough. Okay, 47. I need a stack and 15, right? And I think I had some clay. I have 40 clay. I might have enough. Clay makes bricks, doesn't it? I think if you cook the clay, it makes bricks. Let's check. I hope I don't have to gather clay. It might not be too hard because you can sometimes find clay in the rivers. So I might be able to find some clay in the river right over here. If not, we'll have to go into a cave, which is super dangerous to get clay. Let's see what this turns into. Hopefully it turns into bricks. Boom! Bricks! Greg says, nobody cheered when that happened. I agree. Liam says, don't forget to like. Yeah, let's do a like spike. What should we do a like spike about? Cooking bricks? If you're excited about Minecraft and cooking bricks, go ahead and hit that like button. In 3, 2, 1, like spike. Boom, baby. That's what I'm talking about. V5 says, but Wolves in Finance said bricks was bad. Oh, that's a different kind of bricks, V5. Liam says, I was in school. They got TVs in every classroom to watch the historical event, and boy, was it historic. Really? You watched it in school with all your class? Oh, that's so sad. Oh, I wish you had told me that. V5 says, we studied Challenger in several of my engineering classes. Yeah, we also studied it in when I was getting my MBA. Almost all MBA programs study the Challenger as a business case of what went wrong. And yeah, you know, it's interesting. I still hear different stories from different people about what happened. I was talking to a guy who was working at NASA at the time, and his opinion of the whole thing was he thought it was a lot of it was political. They were getting political pressure to do things, you know, to speed up the timeline and do things that weren't safe. So, you know, who knows? You know, there's the official story. The official story is the official story is they were doing sloppy procurement, and it was a bunch of errors kind of happened together to culminate in the Challenger thing. You know, and they've put a lot of improvements in place to stop those things from happening in the future. Greg says, I was at work watching it with a group of people. It was sad. Greg says, yes, they were rushed. I think this will give me enough bricks. Oh, you know what? Maybe it won't. Because I think it takes 4 bricks to make a block. I don't know if this will be enough. Because I think we also need brick stairs. Let's check. Oh, no. Maybe it's just the bricks that we need. What do I need bricks for? I think maybe I used bricks in the walkway or something. I mean, 79 bricks is a lot. I don't remember what I need. Oh, you know what I did? I used it for part of the wall. That's why I need so many of them. Yeah, bricks in this game are very expensive. It's one of the frustrating things because bricks is one of the best blocks. Everybody loves building with bricks in Minecraft, but they're just so expensive because you have to gather the clay and then turn the clay into the bricks and then turn the bricks into the brick blocks. And so it's like just to get one block, you have to go through 3 steps, which makes it really expensive. Which is so frustrating because it's like one of everybody's favorite blocks. It certainly is one of mine. V5 says, we talked about the whistle blower, the rubber composition, the accelerated checklists, the high pressure gas cutting, the material management. I don't know what that word is. Trapoding, the NIST investigation, and the rubber compound, and the report. Oh, the reporting. I see. Liam says, you mean less regulation? I'm talking about your last business video about the quantitative easing policy at the Fed. V5 says, Liam, quantitative easing is so last year. Now it's quantitative tightening that's in fashion. No, now they're doing both, V5. They're trying to do quantitative easing and quantitative tightening at the same time. And I say that because the Fed's balance sheet is exploding. It's gone through the roof. So it's like they're trying to raise rates, but at the same time they're increasing the balance sheet. So it's like it's just counteracting each other. It's so crazy what they're doing. Liam says, I can't get it straight. I can't either. Greg says, basically, it's the seals that failed. Oh, shoot. Our oven stopped working. We need more lava. V5 says, anyone ever see The Wiz? I would be caught dead in red. You know what? I never saw The Wiz. I know what it is, but I've never actually seen it. Liam says it was the balance sheet, not the rocket that was exploding. Yeah, the Fed's balance sheet. Come on, cook, 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 cook. I wonder if Claude is going to play Planet Coaster this weekend. Has he said anything, Liam, about what he's planning? Sometimes he doesn't like give us notice ahead of time, and then I'm like, I don't know when it's going to be. And then I miss it, and I get so upset. Liam says, ease on down the road. Yeah, also, I mentioned this yesterday. I'm not doing a business video this weekend. I'm so tired. I've been working really hard lately, so I need a little bit of a break. I think I'm going to take my extra time and work on my car a little bit. I'm still having issues with, remember I mentioned this before. I had issues with the light came on for my airbags. Remember when I talked about that? And I fixed it because I just jimmied the wires a little bit. Well, the light's back on again. So I got to like do some more investigation into why my airbag light's coming on. I have the little computer that like reads my sensors so I can kind of check on it. But I just have to try some new things. I hope I don't have to buy a new airbag because a new airbag's like $1,000. It's very expensive. Even if I do the installation myself. Liam said, Claude said he's going to stream at 10 a.m. this morning, and then he said he had to work. Greg says, I haven't seen anything from CFC. Yeah, so normally CFC posts his schedule in his Discord server. He has like a channel that just says schedule, but sometimes he like doesn't post on there with enough advanced warning for me to see it. V5 says he's working tomorrow morning and afternoon. V5 says Zach has a car? Question mark. Liam says I have to drive in the morning. I should be in Wisconsin. Liam says a yellow car. Yep, it's a yellow car. And I gotta say, I love having a yellow car. I will always have a yellow car. It's so nice. It just from a safety perspective, I feel like everybody can see me on the road. Okay, how many? 10 bricks? It's not even a stack. Oh my goodness, all that work, and it's not even a full stack of bricks. Okay, well, that means we have to go searching for clay, which is fun. You know what? Maybe we'll go to the caves. Yeah, let's go to the caves and look for clay. It's going to be a little bit dangerous. We'll do that tomorrow morning. My tomorrow morning stream is at my regular morning Saturday time. So we'll go search for some We'll search for some clay and go make some bricks. And you can just see over the top of the hill here my blueprint for our mega base. That as soon as I get all the materials, we'll start working on it. It's down over there. It's going to be awesome. All right, well, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, V5 and Liam and Greg and everybody who stopped by the stream today. I hope you had a good time, and I'll be back again tomorrow morning. Everybody remember, no matter what is going on in your life, to always do something fun every single day. Until next time, this is Zach signing off.